Guten Tag and willkommen to PopCulture Reacts as we are back with our favourite German female singstress. We are here with Nina Hagen and Dispina, or as we would call in English, the weirdo.
Yeah.
Um, so, obviously, with everything we've done so far with Nina, we can't judge or sort of go in knowing what the hell we're going to get. We just come out of it at
Could
the
be
end of
anything,
it
couldn't it?
going, well, what was that?
Well, and
Always
and
in a
I
good
think
way.
well, and I think that the truth of it is even the ones that like let's say we haven't liked as much, I still like the experience. It's worth it, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
for me, her music so far has never not been interesting, and when it is great, I think it's really great. And when it's not great for me, I go, I'm really glad you exist. I'm really glad you're creating this stuff. And but yeah, this one's from the late 70s, isn't it? So we are
Yes.
popping kind of way back in time to see, and again, I say to see what Nina was doing in the late 70s, but it doesn't matter, does it? It could be any time in her career, and she could be doing anything, couldn't she? So
Exactly.
yeah.
So, shall we visit the window?
Yep, let's do. Oh, I was gonna say let's do this. I was on the lyrics page by mistake. Now let's do this.
Ich laufe den Bahnsteig lang und weiß nicht, ob ich hier wegfahre oder was. Guck mal, da kommt ein Schnellzug und fährt weiter. Bulle von der Bahn taucht auf. Ich halte den Brief in meiner Hand fest. Da steht, du fühlst dich tot wie Stein. Ja, und dass du dir jetzt einen Wald suchst, um dir im Bus ein Bett zu bauen. Dein Riesensaxophon ist natürlich auch da. Und Flöten. Flöten soll auf der Wiese wachsen, die kann man nun. Die alte Frau bezahlt mit Kleingeld. Wir warten auf den nächsten Zug. Ich frag die Alte, wo der Wald ist. Sie sagt, mein Udo ist schon lang tot. In meiner Tasche klebt ein Bonbon. Wir steigen ein in unseren Zug. Bei Wertheim nach Bessermann springen wir einen mit ins Moos. Als ich in Hamburg aus dem Zug steig, lauf ich die Straßen bis zur Elbe lang. Dann Turbo. Da seh ich dich am Ufer stehen. Ich fass dich an und so, du hörst nichts. Sagst, du musst zum anderen Ufer. Ja. Die Fähre fährt am nächsten Tag. Ich dachte, dass du tief im Wald wohnst. Ich wusste nichts von deinen Ufern. Scheißkerl.
So, Mr. Seddon, the weirdo.
Yeah. Before we even get into music or lyrics or vocal performance or anything like that, her ability to perform, like physically perform and facially perform and stuff like that, it's just remarkable, isn't it? Like she's
Yeah,
just got so much about her outside of what conventionally you think of as music, i.e., instruments or the voice or the lyrics. And it's quite hard because I think sometimes she's quite captivating in herself that you even lose track sometimes of what's
yeah,
going on with the rest because you just kind of get fixated. You get fixated on her, I guess, more than anything else.
yeah.
Or I do anyway.
There's definitely a level of showmanship and stage management that she has that I think if you went to one of her shows,
Yeah,
you that it's an experience. It's you know, it reminds me of like when you see sort of 70s Bowie around the sort of Spiders era and things like that.
yeah,
That it's everything has a purpose, even if it doesn't seem to make sense at the time,
yeah. Like potentially
and you're
seem
drawn
random,
in.
but it's creatively random. Like it's not just
Yeah,
random; it's random to a degree with a purpose. Like
but yeah, as I said, it would be one of those. Of, I think. I mean, as I say, you go there and you're having an experience seeing her live.
musically, I like the '70s twang. You know, it fits very snugly in a lot of the music that was happening in and around that, and probably the sort of stuff that I would listen to. Like that resonates quite well with me. Um, but without I think necessarily being spectacular musically. I think it's quite steady in what it does, but steady
Yeah,
and very good. But probably it would get lost with her, wouldn't it, if you spent too much time? Like if the music was drawing too much of your attention, I think it's actually drawing it away from the star of the show, which is her.
yeah. Um, see, we've said it a few times on the ones where we've had like live videos and stuff. The guitarist's Tash is beautiful,
It is. It is.
and you say it could quite this could quite easily be like a Boston or a Journey or
Yeah.
anyone like that, just without the sort of added solos or that sort of stuff musically. But it fits perfectly for what Nina then does over it because, as you say, this isn't Nina's music isn't normally about the music. It's her and what she's doing and what she's trying to say with what with her message in the song or whatever. And
It's
it's
there to accompany her, isn't it? And
yeah,
I don't mean that in an
it's like
arrogant way, but yeah, it feels like it's the framing mechanism to allow her to do her thing.
yeah, a bit like beat poetry and sort of
Yeah, yeah.
that's something where they have a beat or like some music behind it, but it's that's not what you're there for. That's just to give a
We said that
rhythm
about
to
a
everything.
couple of the Immortal Technique tracks, haven't we? Is that
Mm.
the lyrical content and the vocal content is so strong that sometimes you need a beat or you need something musical going on around it, but that's just there. It's there for
Yeah.
the performance to sit on top of and to I guess accentuate that, and that's what this felt like to me musically.
Yes. So vocals and lyrics, it was a bit hard to keep up with the translation because there are moments where she goes at rapid pace with
Yeah,
spitting these lyrics out, and sort of quickly looking at them while we're talking and stuff. It's a very deep song. It's clearly because obviously some of the guys in the comments and stuff have said that obviously she was from uh, the East Germany originally and sort of
yeah.
was able to get out as an artist and this is clearly about that moving out to Hamburg, but and obviously her being the weirdo because she's come from
Yep.
the east, and that is the thing when you've come from grey concrete and see that sort of thing, it is going to be weird and strange, and
Whilst you being weird and strange to the world you're walking into, because
yeah,
you are, I guess, the grey that you've come from, aren't you?
yeah,
You are what you come from. There's a couple of bits in the translation that I've got where, uh, no offense, I don't know how to translate. There's a few lyrics that I'm slightly dubious as to whether they do naturally transpose. But yeah, I'm with you. I found it fascinating to I'm going to say follow along with the lyrics because obviously we're reading them rather than hearing them. We're hearing a delivery in German, but yeah, I loved it. You said earlier about kind of beat poetry. This feels like a poem to me, and this feels like a very heartfelt, very personal, very impactful poem for her. And I think that comes across in the vocal performance. A lot of it is closer to spoken, but those fluctuations of tone, regardless of
mm,
whether she's singing or speaking, and the emotional range that I think she can portray in her voice is, we talk about like, kind of what we love about her. It is that delivering things in a really interesting fashion, and part of that really interesting fashion is being able to do that. And yeah, I thought it was a fantastic vocal performance, and I love how effortlessly she can transition from speaking to singing beautifully in multiple different styles. I
yeah,
mean, she doesn't literally. There's no skipping of a beat, is there? It's the. I mean, I imagine halfway through a word, she could turn that into a singing performance that most people couldn't even get close to. Yeah, I think the vocals and the lyrics here are. I can't wait to dig into it more after this because I think there's so much content in here that it was hard to all get into one. But yeah, I think this is amazing. Yet again, this one goes into my knocked my socks off column for her.
yes, definite decent. I say with her, there's always that sort of thing that you're going to get something really that's just super weird, and this one isn't super weird, and
Despite being called the
it,
weirdo.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, as you say, like going from beat poetry sort of style speaking lyrics into singing and stuff. Is there anything this girl can't do?
Well, we haven't found it so far, have we? And I don't.
Yeah.
I think that's probably because there isn't anything. If she can do any brickwork, she can come round and fix me front wall. Let's see if she can do that.
So, as always, comments down there. Let us know what you think about this song and Nina as a whole, and any other suggestions.
Yeah.
As always,
It,
like,
if she's
subscribe, and
new,
ring the
I was
bell.
gonna say, if she's new to you, like she's become new to us, are you enjoying finding her as much as we are? And have you found
Yes,
anyone else off the back of this? Not that I think there's
yes,
many people like her, but it often using services such as Spotify and things like that, it tends to go, oh, if you like this, you like this. What paths has it led you down?
yes. As always, YouTube things, like, subscribe, and ring bells. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.